Welcome to Connect Heaven, where God's Word comes alive and faith connects heaven and earth. Joseph, from prison to palace. From the book of Genesis. A story that reminds us God is always working, even when life feels unfair. What if the darkest moment of your life was actually the beginning of God's greatest plan? Joseph was a young boy with a big heart and a special calling from God. He lived with his father Jacob and his brothers in the land of Canaan. Joseph was kind, gentle, and full of hope. His father loved him deeply and gave him a beautiful robe, rich with many colors. But God gave Joseph something even more special. God gave Joseph dreams. In these dreams, Joseph saw himself standing tall, while his brothers' sheaves of grain bowed down before him. In another dream, the sun, moon, and stars bowed to him. Joseph did not understand what these dreams meant, but he believed they came from God. So he shared them honestly. But when his brothers heard the dreams, their hearts filled with jealousy. They felt angry. They felt forgotten. And they did not like the idea that God had a plan for Joseph. Day by day, their jealousy grew. One afternoon, while Joseph went to check on his brothers in the fields, they saw him coming from far away. Instead of welcoming him, they made a cruel choice. They grabbed Joseph. They tore away his beautiful robe, and they sold him to passing traders. Joseph cried out. He begged for mercy, but his brothers turned away. Joseph was taken far
Let me
from
go!
his home,
Hold him
far
steady!
from his father,
No, please!
far from everything he knew. Yet even in that painful moment, God had not left him. Joseph was taken to Egypt and sold as a servant in the house of an Egyptian official named Potiphar. Life was hard, but Joseph chose to trust God. He worked faithfully. He spoke kindly. He served with honesty. And God blessed everything Joseph did. Soon, Potiphar noticed that Joseph was different. God's favor was upon him. Joseph was placed in charge of the household, but trouble came again. Joseph was falsely accused of doing wrong, even though he was innocent. This time, Joseph was thrown into prison. Cold walls, iron bars, lonely nights. Joseph could have been angry. He could have given up. But instead, Joseph prayed. Even in prison, God was with him. God gave Joseph peace. God gave Joseph wisdom. While in prison, Joseph met other prisoners who were troubled by strange dreams. Joseph listened carefully, and God helped him understand their meaning. Joseph used the gift God gave him to help others. Years passed. Joseph waited and waited and waited. It seemed like everyone had forgotten him.
The dreams you have
But
shared
God
reveal
never
what is
forgets
to
his
come.
children.
The 3 branches
One night,
of 3
Pharaoh,
days.
the king of
In
Egypt,
3
had
days you will
troubling
be
dreams.
restored.
No one could explain them. Then someone remembered Joseph. Joseph was quickly brought out of prison, cleaned, and taken before Pharaoh. Standing in the great palace, Joseph did not boast. He said clearly, "It is God who gives the meaning of dreams." God gave Joseph wisdom to explain Pharaoh's dreams. They warned of years of plenty, followed by years of famine. Pharaoh listened closely. he saw that God's Spirit was with Joseph. In one powerful moment, Pharaoh made a life-changing decision. Joseph was lifted from prisoner to ruler. Pharaoh placed a ring on Joseph's hand. He dressed him in royal robes, and he placed Joseph in charge of all Egypt. The boy who was sold as a slave now stood in a palace. God's plan had come full circle. Through Joseph's leadership, food was stored, and many lives were saved. What others meant for harm, God used for good. Joseph never forgot where he came from. He stayed humble. He stayed faithful. And through it all, Joseph learned one powerful truth. God is always working, even when life feels unfair. So remember this today. When things are hard, when answers feel far away, when waiting feels painful, trust God. He sees the whole picture, and He is never late. If this story encouraged you today, join us by liking the video and subscribing to Connect Heaven for more moments of faith, powerful Bible stories, and inspiration.